Good afternoon, Hey Nation, folks, folks, and everything in between and beyond. My name is Roy, the host of Mahappenese, the only host in the history of the internet who fully and wholeheartedly admits that he has no idea what's going on, but he keeps trying. And I did have a couple of positive comments, at least when it comes to the idea of what we're talking about. Getting better players does not equate getting a better team. It does not necessarily mean that it's not possible to improve your roster, or that had we had not Bogdanovich, I think it was Gallinari that people were talking about in the offseason of 1920. For example, or Harden or KD or Irvin, or maybe we would have gotten there because of the level of commitment that our guys have to winning. That is a definite possibility. But I think that the most important part, and that I also mentioned there, is that right now, the reality of the situation is that we did better than all of those teams, with the exception of the Bucks that got a championship, and the Celtics that also got a championship and have a chance for a repeat. Today we saw that the word of three and repeat is coined by Riley, so I don't want to mention it in this podcast. But just as you can see behind me, I was just finishing watching Five on the Floor talking about the reintegration of Butler. I wasn't expecting him to be back. I honestly thought that something more concrete, and I think that in a way, maybe he did too. Maybe Butler did too, think that there was something more concrete coming, and it ended up not really materializing. And today I am going to the game. I'm going to be there 2 hours before tip-off. I got that privilege from a friend. It's not myself connected at all. It's just a friend who knows some people in the Miami Heat organization. I don't know who I'm going to see. I don't know who I'm going to be able to talk to, but it's still going to be interesting. It is actually a field trip from our school. We are going to see the Miami Heat as part of English integration. I love those guys. One Brazilian, one Argentinian, and one Chilean Cuban. It's a very interesting mix. And myself, we're going to go there for two of them. It's the first time they're actually going to an NBA game. So that's very exciting also to show them around. But the most important thing, of course, we're going to be facing the Magic. The Magic that destroyed us in the home opener, 116-97. They won by 19 points, and it could have been a lot more. It was just trash time. And then they won by 7 points on December 21st. And the last time we met them on December 26th, right after Christmas, we won the game by 1 point, 89-88. Last loss was 121-114. So just so you see the levels, we scored 97, 114, and 89 points against the Orlando Magic. And the last time, they didn't have Paulo Banchero, who is now obviously participating, but they are, I think, in a worse situation, right? They are only one game above 500. However, and of course, they're direct, let's say, seeding rivals. We'll see what happens, but I'm not excited, meaning my heart cannot allow myself to say that this is not a game that is complicated. We are slightly favorites in the money line for playing at home, but the truth is that they are the favorites if you look at it from all the angles. And also, we have the situation of whether or not Butler will play, because it is a full discretion. I know that Butler is integrated with the team, but it is a full discretion whether or not he's going to play. And we have to check on that. We have to see whether or not he's going to play and see if that is going to make a difference in the mood and how things are. And I'm going to tell you right away, it probably is. Like, you don't want to work. There are a lot of things, and a lot of things that they say, for example, the fact that, if you start him, it messes up with the chemistry. If you put him off the bench, how you put him off the bench could also mess up with the chemistry. Not just with the chemistry, but also with figuring out what the next step is, because this is not a guy that's our future. This is a guy that's our past. So that hangs also in the balance, and unfortunately, Magic is the first team to get that, to get that kind of brunt. So we're going to see what's going to happen. We don't know. We're not sure at this time. But what we do know is that, again, we have a young team trying to figure things out, trying to understand where they stand. And then all of this distraction definitely hinders that and to what extent we are about to see. But again, nothing to expect. I don't expect anything from them. I don't expect us to win. I am not going to be hard on them no matter who plays poorly, even if Rozier plays poorly. To be honest with you, I don't even know. Maybe Rozier can be better without Butler in the roster. Honestly, there are so many things that we don't know that I have to say something like that right now seems to be outright as absurd as 1 year ago myself included, celebrating Rozier's trade. In any case, that's what we have, and I'm going to be there. Maybe I'm not as excited as I would be there if, like I went last time, going through a rough separation. The divorce is still ongoing, but the separation, going through other things, like I said, a terminal mom. Life ain't easy to any of us, and I bet a lot of these journalists have a lot of things going on in their lives, and a lot of these people in 5 Reasons Sports that are doing the job of 10 journalists at times also have a lot on their plates. But there's a lot of speculation, and that speculation that I can't explain. For example, I would perhaps want to see Burks starting. I like that idea as opposed to Jaime, but Jaime starting was actually very productive. So maybe Jaime should start. It's just all complicated. I know that Nico playing with Ware, that's a thing that's been floated. We're talking about it a lot. We have to see more of that. And it's not that Bam and Ware didn't work out. It's just that some things need to be figured out, and I'm pretty sure that they're moving in that direction. But because of a couple of bad games, Spo could just entirely move away from it completely, because I don't think that's something that he wanted to do in the first place. So again, just a lot of question marks, a lot of unknowns. A difficult division rival. I think that if we win against Orlando, we have a chance to winning the division. But if we don't, because we still have to play Atlanta, I think, 2 or 3 times. But yeah, we'll see what happens. In any which case, let's stay safe, let's stay dry, and as safe as possible. It's a complicated world of ours. Warmish now, so don't have to talk about that. Let's go Heat.